without further ado, I will start off with the man himself, the marvelous Martin. Now, Martin has created Talks for Change to bring the skill of public speaking to the forefront of communication. The world has been changed numerous times in history by outstanding speakers. As you can see, it is time for another change. He has spent 20 years on the stage, having to convey powerful messages for a living. And now he takes his skills and expertise out into the real world, where everyday people can raise their game of communication too. Please help me introduce Martin Svaneborg with his speech titled, Why We Need to Talk. Why We Need to Talk? Martin.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on a Sunday. It's incredible. I know. What was he thinking, doing an event on a Sunday? That's the strangest thing ever. That's where we're at home, having a quiet, nice time. I really do appreciate it. It's not a given that we get to go out anywhere in these times, right? We've got Corona and all sorts of things going on. I've been yearning to be able to do something like this for 6 months or something like that. Just sitting at home on countless Zoom meetings, right? And I want to see people soon. So finally we're here, and I do appreciate it very much. I want to thank Rena for being our hostess today. She's the bomb at being that particular assignment. So here's the thing. The thing is, I have a problem. I have a problem with the world, kind of. It's just that tiny little problem. I'm planning to have it sorted out within a couple of hours or two. But I have a problem because we don't seem to talk anymore, really. We don't really seem to have conversations anymore. And it bothers me because we really need conversations. We really need to talk. All of our communication has gone onto social media as becoming the governing factor of how we interact. And I think it's a problem. We need to dig this conversation back out into society. Almost 20 years ago, I was getting ready for my debut as a professional musical theater performer in the leading role of Cabaret, the musical. I was not here on stage. I was way up there in the back of the auditorium, somewhere in the dark, waiting for the director to arrive. I had been called in for an extra rehearsal. But I was trembling. I was scared. It was 9 hours to curtain call, 9 hours to opening night, and I was scared, and I couldn't figure out why, because I usually didn't get stage fright. I loved being on stage. So what was going on? Well, I was having a nervous breakdown. Then the director walks in and he says, "All right, let's go." And a river of tears start flowing down my face. I cried uncontrollably, ashamed and feeling like a failure. I just walked out of the street, or out of the theater and down into the street, and I kept walking and I kept crying. A week before, we had all gathered onto the main stage to begin final rehearsals for this production. Full orchestra in the pit, costumes, makeup, the whole lot, everything being tied together, when suddenly the director, a week before opening night, seemed to decide that he was not at all happy with the leading role, my role. And he kept telling me this every night after each rehearsal. "I don't like the way you do it." Until after the final dress rehearsal, when he said, "Can you come in tomorrow morning? I want to go over all of your solos again." I'd just been worn down for a week with this. And it was too little, too late. 3 hours later, I stopped walking. I had stopped crying, and I suddenly realized, Martin, you can't give him what he wants, because what he does not want is you, apparently. So all you can do is to get onto that stage and enjoy yourself. And that's what I did. A few hours later, the curtain goes up, and the dry heat of the spotlights hit my face, and I start to sing. Willkommen, bienvenue. Welcome. In the intermission after the first act, I was over in my dressing room. The American choreographer pops his head in, and he says, I don't know what you're doing, but it's fantastic. Yeah, he struggled with being dramatic. It wasn't his, it was not his strong point. Not a single word from the director. Nothing. 10 years later, I was at the birthday party of a famous vocal coach while hovering over the buffet, pondering the difference between pawn and shrimp, as one does, right? When suddenly, the director is there, and I haven't seen him since 10 years earlier, since the last performance of Cabaret. A new production was running in town at the moment, so I asked him, what did you think of the new Cabaret? What did you think of the MC, my part? And he says, look, you have to understand, when we did the Cabaret, it was personal to me. I am German, and I am Jewish. I've never seen a better MC before or after you. Wait, what? Wait, what did you just walk up to me and say? You hated me for a week, solid, day and night. But here's what happened. We were doing Cabaret about the rise of Nazi Germany in pre-Second World War II Berlin. And I was a 25-year-old white kid playing his leading character. Now, guys at age 25, they only care about one thing, and that is to impress. So for a week, I tried to impress him, and he hated it. On opening night, well, he still hated it. But that night, for the first time ever, I went on stage, broken. I had lost confidence in my ability to impress. All I went on stage with was me. But from that moment on, that new me grew into an artist, and that's what he wanted. So, here's my promise to you. Because the problem was that I could have had that conversation 10 years earlier that could have solved my problem. It was because I didn't have the conversation, because I didn't know how to get a message out there. And this is my promise to you. At the end of this event, you will know how to create a message that triggers and amazes people. And if you don't leave this event with a sense of responsibility of wanting to find your own voice and a sense of obligation to use your voice for something better than all of the videos that you ignore every day as you scroll on your social media, then we have failed. So, should we start? All right. We have some incredible speakers today, and I can't wait for Rena to bring them up here, one by one. I dare you to leave this event not feeling inspired. I dare you to leave this event not feeling like I too have a voice. I too can contribute. I too have a message that can change this world for the better. Thank you very much. Have a good time.